Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my August eyeshadow palette ranking video, so if you like to see me sweat, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. Every month I sit down and I film my eyeshadow palette ranking from my previous month, so it's a lot of fun. I love to do it. Actually, no, I'm lying. I struggle. It's hard. I hate ranking things. Well, hate is a strong word as well. I don't always enjoy ranking things because sometimes all of my favorite brands come out with things at the same time, and sometimes things are just so bad that I wish I had never tried them. I wish I had never spent my money on them. So yeah, you get kind of a mix here on my channel. Highly recommend subscribing because I do post quite often. Don't forget to turn on that bell so you're notified as well. And if you could do me one more favor, watch this video all the way to the end. It really helps me out. It's a free way that you can support my channel. Thank you so much in advance, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I have 14 palettes to rank from the month of August. There are some quads that I kind of combined just as one number because I just don't have the energy to sit here and like figure this out. So anyway, in 14th place is, oh my gosh, I feel like you're not going to be surprised, but I'm going to give it to the Cosmic Crush palette from Too Faced. This palette, it's cute, it's fine. It's just not my favorite. The color story is okay. The quality is okay. I did a pretty decent eye look with it. I thought it swatched terribly. It's a decent palette, but honestly, everything else in this ranking video is better, so it's getting the 14th spot. Okay, in 13th place is the Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Starlet palette. I actually really like the look I created with this one. I had it in the box because I was gonna film like a testing new makeup video with this, but I never ended up doing that. I actually wore this to my friend's kid's first birthday, and I thought I did a really pretty look with it, but I don't know. I have these shades over and over again, so I probably didn't have any business buying it, but I like to collect these little palettes. Why? I don't know, because it's not like I need to have more things to collect, but anyway, I'm ranking that in 13th place. I think if you are like on a budget or you just want like something little to throw in your bag, that's a great one. I also have some other options for you, so let's just keep going. Okay, in 12th place, I'm going to give it to the quads from the Kaleidos and Alma Viva collection. So we have the Twilight Rush and the Venus Trap little palettes. I actually thought these were quite boring, but I ended up really liking the look I did with these. I kind of called it like my Morticia like look. So I kept saying like, this looks like really nice funeral makeup because it was just so cool tone and smoky, but I really enjoy Kaleidos' formula and I thought these were nice. I just wish they did different colors. Like, I'm ready for some colorful quads, okay? Kaleidos, do you hear me? I'm ready for some colorful quads. Okay, in 11th place, we have the Sigma Beauty eyeshadow quads. These are so nice. Like, the quality is excellent. I feel like some of these color stories are interesting and then the rest are like pretty meh. So that's why they're in 11th place. This blueberry one was so fun and different for me, considering like Sigma usually does a lot of like neutrals. We have this little cute caramel apple. I did put a few of these in my Shop My Stash, and I tried to do a look with each one. I don't think I ended up using every single one, but I have swatched all of these and they are the same good quality that Sigma has with all of their eyeshadows. So I'm ranking all of these together in 11th place. Okay, in 10th place is a brand that I tried for the first time in the month of August. So this is the Moira Cosmetics Time to Shine palette, and this is cute. I actually asked people like what their Moira, I don't know how to open this box, what their Moira recommendations were, and a lot of people recommended this particular eyeshadow palette collection because they have multiple palettes in this series. And of course, I had to go for Time to Shine because it's like the neutral grungy palette. And I thought this was super cute. The quality is really, really good. And I believe everything I tried in my Moira video was under $20. So I think this eyeshadow palette was also under $20. So highly recommend checking that video out because I had a really pleasant experience trying this brand. And it turned out that a lot of you were also big fans of this particular brand. Okay, in 9th place, I'm going to give it to the Blend Bunny Forget Me Not palette. So this was kind of her face and eye palette that was bridal inspired. From my understanding, this was developed for a working makeup artist. And I think it's such a good idea because it's a very multi-use product. For me, I feel like it doesn't really have the perfect undertones as far as a bronzer shade, and I don't do a lot of contouring. Actually, I don't really contour at all anymore. So for me to sit and like mix the powders to find my perfect shade is just like a little bit more than I'm willing to do at this present moment in time. But I think this palette has a beautiful formula. It is ranking a little bit lower just because it's kind of a big neutral eyeshadow palette for me. And I feel like for that reason, I wasn't that interested in this. I do think this palette is a beautiful addition to the Blend Bunny lineup because, of course, they have lots and lots of fun, colorful palettes. I'm actually wearing the Blend Bunny Sickly Sweet palette on my eyes today. So feels like a full circle moment to be talking about their last palette in this video while wearing their newest launch. Okay, in 8th place, I'm going to give it to the Plumerian Dragon palette from SugarDrizzle. I think this has a cute color story. I feel like a lot of the palettes in the middle section of this video are kind of neutral geared, so I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with these palettes. It's just that the color stories aren't my absolute favorite. I really liked the look I created with this palette. It's very cute. I just feel like I have a lot of palettes like this in my collection. So for that reason, I'm putting it in 8th place. But the quality was nice. It's another good affordable option from SugarDrizzle. Okay, in 7th place is this little cutie from NBA Cosmetics and Deandra Nicole. I think her main platform is Instagram. And she does beautiful swatches and flat lays for women with deep skin tones. I really enjoy following her as well because I love seeing the things she creates on Instagram. It inspired me to try and step up my Instagram game when it comes to pictures of things. But anyways, this is her palette that she created with the brand NBA, and I wanted to pick this up to support. I think this is a very beautiful palette, and it's called Sunset Beach, and I think the shades she chose go perfectly with that theme. Okay, in 6th place is another neutral palette. It's the I Need a Nude palette by Natasha Denona. This is a beautiful neutral palette. I think that if I had just started watching YouTube like this year, I would have been super interested in this palette. I definitely started off as a neutral gal, and then I got more and more into color the more I watched. Like, my friend Angie is a huge inspiration to me, and she made me less afraid of wearing color. And now I love wearing color. I also love wearing neutrals, so I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. I think the quality is excellent. I think there's a time and a place for neutrals in my life, and I think this is a beautiful palette. Okay, in 5th place is a palette that I think is kind of disappointing, but it's also beautiful in its own way. It's the Mothership 11 palette from Pat McGrath. We are so done with her and her pink tones, right? Like, I feel like I bought this knowing full well what color story I was getting. And once I got it in my hands, I was like, why did you buy that? Like, you really didn't need to buy it. Again, collector mentality can be a little bit toxic in this case as well. It looks almost like, doesn't she have a palette called like Desert Rose or something? It's like the mauve tones. Like, I should have probably ranked this a little bit lower, but Pat McGrath does have really good quality. She's just in her neutral era, and I'm just like, okay, let's move it along. Let's move it along. If you are looking for elevated neutrals, highly recommend checking this one out or the Natasha Denona palette I just mentioned in number 6. Okay, in fourth place, we have the Sugar and Spice palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. I feel like I was a little bit surprised by this color story, but I don't know. I like to think of it as like an ice cream stand. And so to me, the neutral row in the middle is like the ice cream cones, and the shades on the top row and the bottom row are kind of like the toppings in the ice cream bar. So I don't really know if that's how the owner designed it, but in my head that's what makes sense. And also Glaminatrix is coming out with a new palette. I'm so excited. From the sneak peek, it looks like it's gonna be like a super romantic palette, so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The reason this video is late is because there have been so many amazing releases for spooky season. So I've just been working on video after video of like eyeshadow palettes, and so I've been trying to squeeze in my other videos that I usually do monthly. But anyways, all of that aside, this is a very, very pretty palette. And if you're trying to get into color, this might be a good option for you. Okay, in third place is the beautiful Nightshade palette from Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny. I think this and the Haunted are pretty similar. I do really like this palette, I think, because of like these green shades in here. I don't know, it's so hard to decide, but I think that Gourmand Girls has really, really stepped up their formula. I am so excited that they're working with Doodles by the Bunny. It seems like they've come out with some really interesting color stories together. So yeah, this is a really solid pick from them, and I'm excited to see what else they have in store for us. Okay, in second place, one of my favorite indies, Nomad Cosmetics launched their spooky palette. This is the Ghost Town USA palette, and look at this color story. It's so beautiful. It's like a muted, colorful eyeshadow palette, perfect for the theme, and of course the quality is absolutely excellent, and I feel like I could go on and on and on. Highly recommend checking out the video with this one as well. This one launched right after I had my hernia surgery, so I wasn't able to do a lot of looks with this palette, but listen, you guys, okay? I'm done having kids. Hopefully I don't have to have any more things done. Like, I'm just like, please, I don't want to have any more surgery. I feel like the hernia surgery, I kind of want to do like a chatty video talking about it now that it's been like over a month since I had it, just to give you guys like my thoughts and stuff like that. But I'm just hoping like I don't need any more procedures in the upcoming future. And so yeah, I'm just feeling like I'm in my era of YouTube, and I can focus on YouTube now and hopefully create content and get away from only being able to do one video with each palette and try and do more things. Like I was telling my husband the other day too, we were having dinner for our anniversary, and I was like, you know, I really want to make something out of my YouTube channel. I would love for it to be my full-time thing, even as my kids get a little bit older. Hopefully I can dedicate more time to it, and I would just love for this to become my full-time income. And so I was like, what can I do for that? And I think I just need to kind of fire on all cylinders. And so anyway, all of that aside, I've had a lot of like medical stuff this year, obviously with having a baby and having a second surgery for a hernia repair. It's just been a lot this summer, and yeah, so all of that to say, I have a ton of excuses as to why, but I want to be able to create more looks, especially with my favorite brands. So yeah, either which way, this palette is excellent, and who knows, maybe I'll still go back and create some looks. I keep telling myself that, and then I do like a new makeup releases video, and I'm like, oh, Blend Bunny palette, Glamlite Ghostface palette, Ensley Rain Harvest Moon palette. I just got my basic witch palette in from Bella Beaute bar. Like, it's just endless, and I'm not mad about it because I love new eyeshadow palettes, but I was also like, when do people have time to create more looks? When? Like, you'd have to be applying eyeshadow in your sleep. Okay, so in first place, I don't think you guys are gonna guess this one, but I freaking love this palette. This is the Ensley Rain Strawberry Moon palette. I love this color story. I love this formula. This was a pricey palette. I bought it with my own money. I do have a discount code with Ensley Rain. It's KHMAKEUP. And so if you want to use it to save on their new launch coming up, Harvest Moon, highly recommend, because that's an $88 palette. And this one was like 80 something too. Either which way, I think it's worth it. It has beautiful multi-chromes, and the mattes they chose to go with it are excellent as well. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is a fun new brand that has kind of come into my life, and I'm excited to see what else they come out with. I know they have some beautiful other palettes as well that they've launched that look very intriguing. I try not to go back and buy older palettes just because of the sheer volume of makeup I have in my collection. So I usually try to look ahead. Either which way, this palette is gorgeous. And if I have a video up with the Harvest Moon palette, this video is probably going up after that, this rankings video. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? But the Ensley Rain palette definitely is my #1 palette because I love the color story and I love the performance of the shadows in that palette as well. Okay, friends, that is it for my August eyeshadow palette ranking video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, let me know down in the comments what was your favorite palette in the month of August. You guys know I'm super nosy. I love chatting to you in the comments. So let me know, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye for now.